The world didn't notice him at first. No loud entrance, no viral moment, no overnight fame. Just a quiet, intense presence slowly building in the background of cinema. For over 20 years, he worked without chasing the spotlight, and then suddenly, the entire world was saying his name. This is the story of Cillian Murphy, and why his rise wasn't fast, but it was unstoppable. Before the fame, before the awards, before Oppenheimer changed everything, he was just a kid in Ireland with a completely different dream: music. Acting wasn't even his first plan. He played in a rock band, wrote songs, and imagined a future on stage with a guitar, not in front of a camera. But life doesn't always follow the path you expect. A failed record deal could have ended his ambition completely, but instead, it redirected him. That moment didn't break him, it pushed him towards something new: acting. And this is where most people stop, because starting over is uncomfortable. You go from having direction to having none. From knowing your path to questioning everything. But Murphy didn't hesitate. He stepped into acting with no guarantees, no fame, no shortcuts. Just effort. He began with theater, small productions, roles that didn't bring recognition or headlines. There was no audience cheering him on, no spotlight waiting for him. Just years of quiet work, building skill, learning, improving, and then came a breakthrough, 28 days later. It wasn't just another film. It was different, raw, and intense, and in the middle of it was Murphy, delivering a performance people couldn't ignore. He didn't fit the typical leading man mold. He was quiet, controlled, and deeply powerful. That became his signature. But instead of chasing fame after that moment, he did something unusual: he stepped back again. Not because he couldn't go forward, but because he chose not to rush. He focused on meaningful roles, on growth, on becoming better rather than becoming famous. Over the next decade, he worked steadily, building one of the most unique careers in film. Collaborating with directors who valued depth over hype, he took on roles that challenged him. In Batman Begins, he played Scarecrow, not the biggest role, but unforgettable. In Inception and Dunkirk, he added layers to stories that demanded subtlety and precision. He wasn't trying to dominate the screen, he was mastering it. Still, global stardom didn't come, and that's what makes his journey different. Because in a world obsessed with speed, Murphy chose patience. While others chased attention, he chased excellence. Then came Peaky Blinders. Everything changed. As Tommy Shelby, he delivered a performance that was impossible to ignore. The calm voice, the controlled anger, the silent intensity, it all came together perfectly. People across the world finally saw what had been building for years. He didn't just act the role, he embodied it. But even then, he didn't become loud. He didn't chase headlines or constant attention. He stayed the same, focused, disciplined, quiet. He let the work speak. Years passed. More roles, more growth, more refinement, and then came the moment that changed everything: Oppenheimer. This wasn't just another role. It was the role that demanded everything he had built over the past 2 decades. Playing a complex, historical figure required more than skill. It required depth, control, and emotional weight, and Murphy delivered on every level. The world finally saw him not just as a great actor, but as one of the best. Critics praised him, audiences connected with him, and suddenly, after 20 years, he became a global icon. But it wasn't sudden. It only looked that way, because behind that moment were years of unseen effort. Years of patience when nothing seemed to be happening. Years of staying consistent when recognition wasn't there. That's the part people miss. Success isn't built in the spotlight. It's built in the quiet moments, when you keep going without applause, without validation, without immediate results. And maybe that's what you need to understand today. You don't need instant success. You don't need everyone to notice you right now. What you need is consistency. You need patience. You need to trust that the work you're doing today is building something bigger, even if you can't see it yet. Because one day, your moment will come. The moment where everything connects, where people suddenly notice you, where it feels like you appeared out of nowhere. But you'll know the truth. It wasn't luck. It wasn't luck. It was built over time. So if you feel stuck right now, if it feels like nothing is moving, if you're putting in effort but not seeing results, don't stop. This is the phase that matters most. This is where real growth happens. Keep going. Stay focused. Trust your journey. Because if someone can take 20 years to rise and still reach the very top, then your timeline isn't wrong. It's just unfolding. And when your moment finally comes, make sure you're ready. If this story inspired you, subscribe to the channel, because here, we talk about real journeys, real struggles, and real success stories that remind you of one simple truth: your time is coming.